Man, I gotta work out how to crossfade those things. That kind of cuts off really sharply. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Tales from the Bloody Rift, a Dirty Invincible and Macron adventure. Once again, we are playing IronSworn Starforged, which is a tabletop RPG system that is really more thematic and roleplay than technical and combat-y D&D style. I am, of course, Macron, and I'm here with my good friend, Dirty Invincible, otherwise known as Jason. Jason.
Hola.
Um, I think I might have fixed technical issues, but be prepared if we get disconnects. I did a few things, so hopefully, even if we get disconnected, it'll keep going, and we'll be able to get back in a lot quicker now. So, hopefully, fingers crossed. Um, let's see. Okay, so just I'll do our last time on Tales from the Bloody Rift here. Last time on Tales from the Bloody Rift. I know I just already said that. I'm gonna keep repeating it. We started out first off seeing a scene with a young Phoenix Downey, head of the Firebird Biotechnics, or Firebird Bionics. I keep saying Biotechnics. Learning secrets of the universe at a big cathedral-like space station. And then we also got our first glimpse of the that race of aliens. What's the name of
the Essentia?
The Essentia. Thank you. We got our first glimpse of the Essentia and their ties to Tim's people. Tim being the symbiote that rides around with Sage, and so we got a nice little look at that. We were taken in by a gentleman named what was Ezra Winter, right?
Yes.
To see Phoenix, and basically took us over to Eris, which is Firebird Bionics space station, and took us straight to his office, straight to a special dock in big fancy office, and sat us down to meet with Phoenix face to face. Phoenix was interested in meeting with us because he had seen Tim as we were fighting his people. He had seen Tim, and he kind of been watching us for a little bit and was interested in us. Clearly we were capable, and so he realized that he needed Tim to access something, and so he wanted us to steal I believe so it's an ancient box of some kind from a space station called Altair, which is the home of the Order of the Omega, which is this religious cult that kind of wants to fulfill some kind of prophecy to destroy the universe.
They're a doomsday cult.
Yeah, doomsday cult. Your standard everyday doomsday cult tied to a giant black hole in the system you're in. Or in the sector, I guess. It's not really a system, but what was that?
So nothing can go wrong there.
No, nothing goes wrong there. No, we're good. So, of course, we were handcuffed and brought at gunpoint, and there were plenty of people, so it was we really didn't have a huge choice in the matter, but we agreed to do it. And Phoenix had Ezra take us back to Sagan. On the trip out to, I forgot to mention, on the trip out to Eris, we ran into another gravitational anomaly, which just proves, again, that Kayla Khan is not a bad pilot. Okay, I just want to point out, Kayla Khan is a perfectly capable and intelligent pilot. It's not her fault that there's these weird gravitational things going on. Okay, Sage? Okay?
Hey, don't me. Tim's the one complaining.
Okay, Tim? Okay? I don't want to hear any of your crap. Okay, Tim?
But
whoa there. So
that's not the point.
So upon returning to Sagan, Phoenix wasn't able to give us much information beyond where, who had the object on Altair. Uh, upon returning to Sagan, we reached out to the only person that we know that knows the sector better, pretty well, and that's our fixer Stimmy. And she gave us a little tiny bit of help, and then was like, "Hey, actually, if you do a job for me that I need done on Altair as well, I'll help you guys build the plan." And so she basically got us to agree to steal something else. So now we're on it's a double heist movie now, I think is what this is. I don't know how people are going to be crossing each other in this, or I don't know how, like, what's the quadruple cross that we got going on here or something like that. I don't know. But so Stimmy helped us plan out basically that there is a cargo ship that shows up every so often. She happens to know when the next one's coming, and it's the people from Altair who are basically trading supplies to keep their station up and running. Um, because the station moves around, no one really knows where it is. But these, the people that come and do the trading are obviously from there and have a way to get back there. So the plan is we are going to send Sage back. We're going to get Sage onto the ship as disguised as one of the guards, and he's going to go all the way to Altair, and then set off a beacon that lets me know where things are at, and I'm going to fly the ship out there and meet him at the station somehow. From there, we'll pull off this daring double heist, and everything's going to be all good. It's all going to work flawlessly. We're never going to have any problems. No one's running into any gravitational anomalies.
Tim is still insisting that he be allowed a tiny ship so that he can show up Kayla.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm having one built when we get back, okay? When we get money from this job, I'm having one built. All right. So, all right, so that's the last time on caught us up. We had some technical difficulties last time, and so I was a little flustered at the end there, but hopefully we have resolved those technical difficulties and we can continue on with the game. Jason is going to share with us his vignette.
Okay. We flash back to a scene. The hunters of the Yonar are gathered around what they assumed was an ancient amphitheater of the precursors. Scratched into the ruins was the language of the Zid, the native symbiotic species that has since forged an everlasting relationship with the Yonar, imparting their gifts and knowledge to those they are bound to. In the middle of the arena, the Yonar constructed complex obstacle courses. Today, the hunters will be testing their trainees in a series of games to see if they are ready to walk the path of the warrior. The first of their number to finish will earn the right to call themselves a warrior of the Yonar and a chance to complete a binding ritual to one of the Zid. The day is long, and at the end of the games, a champion arises. A young woman walks up a stone stairway to a dais, her fiery red hair bouncing. There, an unbound Zid awaits. The elders and their symbiotes gather around the two, and they begin a long chant that will last the rest of the night. Thick clouds of incense rise out of the arena throughout the night, creating strange figures in the shadows from the bonfires. The ritual continues until the early morning. The dawn rises. The new warrior takes her place among her peers, swearing her vow to her symbiote and clan. Today, the planet Steve welcomes its newest champion.
I love the Plant Steve. Huge fan of the Plant Steve.
For those wondering, we did settle on that like 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago. So I mean,
when I was like, "Hey, we never had a name for the planet my people are from,"
right? So yeah, so it's this is classic character, people, person, place, or thing naming from our group of people here.
This
All
is
right,
what Tim's people call the planet, apparently. So.
Oh yeah, that's what Tim's people call. So It may have another modern name. Is that what we're thinking here?
Hmm?
Or another ancient name that the Essentia have for it?
Oh, that's what they call it. Who knows what the Essentia call it? I don't know if it's the same
Oh
thing
yeah,
or
because of Tim's people. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
They're
So
Essentia ruins, but
oh yeah,
the
but the planet is originally Tim's people's planet, right? Like that's what
yeah
then they discover. That was part of the previous one, right? Was them uh, finding and testing the Tim's people or messing with Tim's people.
yeah.
All right.
Giving them
All right.
powers and whatnot.
Yeah. All right. I got a quick little one here today. We open on a scene, deep space. A large, heavy freighter loaded down with construction material pops out of uh, pops out of the hyperspace. Uh, whatever faster than light travel is in this. Uh, on its way to the space station, Sagan. Um, the captain and helmsman are both on the flight deck, and shortly after they drop out of hyperspace, alarms start blaring, and both of them start frantically trying to determine what is causing this. Everything's going off. Pressure sensors and gravitational sensors and all this. And just as the helmsman calls out gravitational anomaly, the ship just gets ripped apart, practically blowing up. Its cargo, pieces of the ship, crew members, all kind of slowly just drifting apart in pieces, um, set against the backdrop of the bloody rift deep in space. See, Kayla's not the worst pilot. Okay, see, it could have been worse.
Glad that
Hey,
didn't happen to us. Yeah.
you're right. See, it could have been way worse. Okay,
Bloody rift.
it's a menacing sight. It's a you can see it from everywhere in the sector because it's so huge. Um. Okay, so we finished working with Stimmy on the plan. She has the I think she had some of the armor or something like that, right? Like she had something uh cuz like we were just going to be able to put you in armor, and they wear like full face masks and everything, so we could like take one of the guards out and slip you in.
Yeah.
That was the plan, right?
Yeah. Oh, we need to bump.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a little bump.
Oh, thank the Lord for momentum.
To do.
I am playing another game. Momentum, oof, it is necessary. Super necessary. Okay. So Stimmy lets us know, hey, okay, so here's we get you set up with the armor. She knows when it's coming, and we kind of plan to hang out until then and meet back uh before they get to the station, I assume. And then oh, here, let me, there we go. So yeah, so we'll meet back with her just as they're about to the transport or the cargo ship is about to get to the station from Altair. Um, we'll get Sage outfitted. What do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's do you think the armor is gonna fit well, or do you think it's gonna be weird and awkward? And you're like, is Sage like a big dude?
Yeah, he's giant.
He's giant. Okay, and figuring that these are like
Like I said, he's
normal
built like
humans.
guts, for the most
Yeah.
part.
Okay. So very tall, very broad across the shoulders. So I think we got a I think there's a slight chance uh that it fits you, that it fits Sage. Um like as is and looks perfect, you know? Um, oh, I have to oh my moves.
Should I should roll that.
Yeah, I mean you can roll that. I was just gonna go do an Oracle roll to see whether or not that this armor would actually be like super convincing right away, or if it's gonna be like you're probably gonna have to deal with people staring at you, or maybe threaten someone or something like that.
Um, let's ask Demi where she like what size person was wearing it before to give us kind of a scale of what we want to go like 50-50 or likely or unlikely.
Okay. What well I was just figuring that if you're I was just figuring if you're a big guy, we can just skip straight to the whether or not it kind of fit. I
Okay.
would assume she wouldn't like give us
I
something
guess
that wouldn't
this
fit
is
you
all
at
kind of
all.
in the same role, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Um,
So
like
what were you saying, Chance? Uh,
I was figuring if you're a big dude, then you know, and we're probably talking about roughly average humans.
so let one less a step less than 50-50
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
fits.
I, it fits. It fits like a glove.
Yeah, there's
Like
a big guy that they got this from.
I I'm looking at you, kind of half expected you to look cartoonish just because you look cartoonish all the time wearing Tim. This big guy wearing this, you know, animal armor. Uh, but no, you it like it looks right. You don't look out of place in the armor. So Kayla's you know, sits back, folds her arms, and is like, oh, okay, this might work. I'm feeling better about this as we go. Stimmy, of course, looks at us and says, "What you didn't? You think I would set up a plan that doesn't work?" She gives us that look, that knowing look that we're jerk faces for not believing in her and her abilities to do her job.
All right, so I'm looking like a cultist. Um,
So Stimmy gives us the lowdown, I think, and she says, "Okay, so you know the cargo ship will get here. They'll offload what they have to sell. They leave two guards behind. Uh, one in the ship, one guarding the front door. Um, you know, takes them a couple of hours to do their business, to get all their stuff and to drop off everything that they're selling. So you've got this period of time, you know, this period of time to get over there, get you, you know, get that, take the first guard, take that one guard out without anyone seeing, hopefully, and then and put you in his place. Uh, so she kind of lays that all out, and she's like, okay, you know, we'll have you waiting over here in this side of the docking bay. Uh, then you guys can kind of assess the situation. Wait until they've moved on. You know, wait till the representatives have moved on with their stuff, and then kind of assess the situation and go from there. And Kayla just nodding along. Yep, makes sense. Kayla willing to accept the free labor of Stimmy here to make this job slightly easier. So I think we find ourselves waiting patiently in a back room at the in the docking bay, in one of the docking bays of Sagan, and a ship rolls in. You know, medium-sized frigate, one that's probably, it looks like it's used to supply like a settlement or a space station. You know, then we see the guards come out and kind of secure the area a little bit, and then we see people load up stuff. on the onto some carts, and you see some people that look like they're probably, the administrators for religious fanatics. Like I don't know, like they look like accountants, but they're all wearing robes, kind of thing. And they actually let's see, I think there's a good chance that everything goes as planned. Let's just make sure that everything is kind of going. So I'm gonna roll likely on the oracle. Is everything going the way we expect it to be going based on the plan so far? Yes. Sweet. Thank God. So yeah, so those guys they go, and it looks like one of the guards goes with them. They take off with their stuff, and there's one guard left outside, just kind of hanging tight. I turn to Sage. Kayla turns to Sage. It's like, are are we gonna kill this guy? I forget. Did we?
I don't think we covered that part of the plan.
Are you gonna kill this guy? She says to Sage.
Do we need to kill the guy? Is he a bad guy?
Yeah, no. I mean, I mean, it's a cult, but I guess we could knock him out and tie him up here. Like, well, I mean, we don't want stuff like getting back to everyone, so we probably want to just dump him in like a closet somewhere and pretend like he was just, you know, so there's plausible deniability for the station. It's not like he was taken to some kind of like back room at the station,
Yeah.
just knocked out. Okay, so Sage is gonna have to. I feel like if Sage approaches him, it'll work best because Sage is already dressed up in the armor and stuff. So it'll just like the guard coming back for some reason, the other guy coming back for some reason,
Yeah.
though slightly bigger for some for some reason. So yeah, so I think Sage is gonna have to get up there and knock him out.
Oh
And
boy. Okay. Is this going to be a enter the fray kind of thing, or not?
I think
Because I'm sneakily going up there. It's like I think it's only enter the fray if he recognizes that I'm not.
I don't think we're trying to
Old.
start a combat here. I think what we're trying to do is I think this is kind of I think this is a face danger probably. Because if it goes wrong, then obviously we're gonna have to like then we'll be entering combat. But if it all goes right,
I am
it
attempting something risky. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Envision your action. Okay. With what was the one I wanted to use with Tim? When you make an aggressive move, okay, I just add 2. I just add his health. So yeah, this is definitely kind of an aggressive thing, right? I go up there and I try
You're gonna be
to play it casual, like I'm one of him, until we're just chilling there. Like I just station, if he asks anything, I just strike and take him out.
just yeah. Try to go like do the one blow knockout kind of thing.
Yeah. So I would say that's with strength, endurance, or aggression.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh, roll plus iron plus my Tim.
Don't forget to add your Tim.
Add your Tim. Um,
And please, please, dear Lord, let this work. I don't want to have to scramble to come up with another plan.
where's my 2? 2 for Tim. Iron.
2 for Tim.
Strong hit.
Oh, thank
I
God.
knock
Okay.
him the fuck out. I walk up, like I said, I kind of like relax next to him, like take position. He looks at me kind of funny. I look at him kind of funny, and then my arm just flies out of whatever cape I've got and just bonk.
I imagine you doing like the what's that Peter Rabbit move, the taking all the field mice and bonking them on the head kind of thing.
Yeah. Bonk.
Hadunk. Uh, while you're doing that, Kayla is like slyly moving around behind you, trying to go. Like she found a custodian closet to dump him in. Opens the door, waves you over.
Oh, I need to take one momentum.
Gotta get that sweet momentum because we are gonna need it.
Okay. Yeah, good. Okay. So now
So,
the next part is we wait for them to come back, and then I
well,
just
you drag him over. Kayla's gonna bind him, so he he stays in the closet without there's no chance of him. Even if
yeah
he
we
comes
we,
to,
we
we'll be
secure
okay.
him. I go
And
back to
Kayla
my
at the same
post.
time is gonna hand you a beacon, a little calm puck. It's a
I thought I
beacon.
already had it. Good thing you gave it to me.
See,
See,
Kayla thinks of these things.
there we go.
So she hands you
Stuff it
a
in the
beacon and
cloak.
says, just hit this button when you're ready. It'll tell me where you're at. I'll meet you there. Depending on where they're at, it may take me a little bit of time, but I will do my best, and then you just kind of do your best to blend in once you get there, Sage. And Tim, I don't want to hear any crap from you. We're having a tiny ship made for you. You can be a fucking pilot. And Kayla kind of like walks off to the other side of the docking bay to look like she's working on stuff, so she can kind of keep an eye on things while you're standing guard at the ship.
He peeks out and sticks his tongue out at you as you're walking away, and kind of tucks back in under
Thanks, Dark. Thanks.
the cloak, so he's not seen anymore.
I'm starting the Tim hating what do you call it fan club over here.
No,
All in good fun though. Although Kayla does flip off Tim as she walks away.
not Tim. Okay, so now we wait. Waiting.
Now we wait, and I assume everything's gonna go okay, but we can roll for that. I mean, like seem to be moving along pretty smoothly, so at this point we're likely to be okay. So just make sure that nothing crazy happens. Let's see.
So we want to roll a fate move.
Probably a
Unlikely.
yeah, probably a likely that everything is everything going okay as planned.
Oh, we.
I'm sorry, that was me.
We both did the thing.
It's okay because they're both yes.
Okay. Good.
So that's good. So we're everything's going along to plan. We're standing there. You're doing your guard thing, and after a little bit of time, we see the same group of people dressed up in their robes, and the guard behind them, all pushing these large paddocks full of more supplies now. And they come up to you and do the little greeting.
Yeah, I do the thing.
Do you do the hand thing?
Yeah. Should I try to? That's a deception thing.
I think I think I think they're going to acknowledge you because you're there. I think you kind of like you don't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be crazy good deception. You just kind of have to do something to make them, think that
Yeah, I
everything's
nod.
okay.
I give a nod, like everything's good.
Do you lean forward into the microphone and say, "We're all good down here. How are
Yeah.
you?" So they load up. Kayla's watching from the other side of the docking bay, and they load up the cargo, and then everyone kind of walks onto the ship, and then the ship takes off. Kayla is gonna, as soon as the ship is out of the docking bay, is gonna go run out because we're probably parked in a slightly different docking bay. She's gonna go run down to the Mercy, and she's going to start firing up systems and get ready to go, and then turns on the comms and waits patiently to see the beacon get lit, Get lit.
So now let's see how things go for me aboard their transport. Um, do we make it there without me being discovered? Does Tim sneeze again?
I think there's two questions to ask. That's the
What's
first
the
one.
what's the likelihood that Tim's gonna sneeze?
Oh, okay, so there's three questions to ask. That's the first one.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you like you're wearing the armor,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm wearing it
enough that
over
you're
him. He's tucked away, so
so I
it would
feel like
muffle him if he did
any noise
sneeze. He'd
he
muffle.
made, yeah, exactly. I feel like you could get away with him making some kind of noise and it wouldn't be super.
And me, or something.
Yeah, exactly. You just
Easily. Okay. So
cover
I don't
your
think that's
mouth kind
really
of
an
thing.
issue. I think even if he does, it won't be a problem.
So that brings us to question number 2, which is, uh, do you is everything is there any chance of you being discovered while you're in transit?
Okay. Since that didn't really affect anything, that start off with a 50-50. What is in our favor? You know, it's a good
Yeah,
plan
well,
so far. I got
yeah, I
that
think everything's been
momentum
moving.
going.
It's pretty good. I think it's very likely that you wouldn't
That
be
we
discovered.
make it there, and I get offloaded, find a shady spot. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So that happens.
So
Um,
the third thing, though, that was whether or not you'd be discovered. The third thing is, does your ship run into any gravitational anomalies now?
oh God. Um,
So we're not going to make a pilot roll for this. We're just going to see if this happens, and then whatever we'll work it out what happens after that. But I think this seems to be coming up more often.
yeah.
I don't
So
think it's
likely.
I don't know if it's likely so much as unlikely. I think unlikely is I think it's unlikely to happen still. Otherwise, we'd hear a lot more about it. But it seems to be happening.
It's picking up in frequency.
It seems to be picking up in frequency based on everything that we've been talking about. So
Okay.
I would still say it's an unlikely event at this point. But that doesn't
Okay.
mean that it's always going to be an unlikely event.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll unlikely for this.
Go ahead.
Will you make it, or will you run into a gravitational anomaly on the way? No.
Tim's here. He's like, I can take the controls. I got this.
Tim's like, look, if this pilot can't handle it either, I can easily pick this one up and deal with it. It's okay. Fucking Tim.
I
God
tell
damn it, Tim.
he's silly. Like we're communicating telepathically at the moment. We're not.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm not talking
Tim,
him out
stop.
loud like I usually do.
Yeah. You're not just standing there next to the other security guy going like, Tim, stop being a fool.
Don't be foolish, Tim.
Okay. So your ride's nice and smooth. You like it seems like I feel like these guys are this since it's kind of a cult thing, and it's very they seem to have like this religious order kind of thing going on. I feel like guards are probably expected to be like stoic, silent guards. You guys aren't the ones that do the talking or anything like that, so you don't really, no one expects you to really have a conversation with them or anything like that. So it's nice and easy. You pretty much just stand there like with the other guards, between the flight deck and the cargo bay. Everyone just standing there looking at each other or looking off into the ship. And eventually, you guys, you can feel you can feel it as you drop out of hyperspace, um, and you assume that you guys are at the space station. And after a little while, the ship docks. Then let's see what. Oh man. So what do you think So this is like their space station. What do you think the expectation is for you once they dock? Like,
I follow the other guards for as
you
long
just
as I
follow the other
can,
guards?
but from a slight distance behind and slowly work my way back a little more until I can slip into a corner.
Okay. So I think let's see.
And
I
then
feel like that's a I feel like that's another kind of face danger.
yeah, and that's the sneaky
The
kind,
sneaky kind.
stealth. Um,
The kind Sage is great at, right?
yeah.
Sage with his
Okay.
one shadow.
Face danger. Oh boy.
I was gonna say
This isn't
wits
an
also
aggressive
could have been
thing,
a thing.
so
Nope.
Tim can't help with this one.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Oh
I agree
boy.
completely.
Okay.
Oh geez. Fuck.
Um. Oh.
And you've only got 6 momentum.
Yeah.
All right. I
Okay. What? Okay.
I
Okay.
have a price in in mind if you want me to lay it out for you, but I'm also open to hearing whatever you think the this works out to, because I think this is a I think I think I got one for a miss with the match.
Tim sneezes. Is it Tim sneezes?
No, no, it's a no. A Sage is like you're doing everything perfectly. You're just like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna just like you said. I'm just gonna follow these guards. I'm gonna we're gonna pull up. They're gonna unload all their stuff, and then these guards are gonna go someplace. I'm gonna follow them, and then just try to like slip away when they're not paying attention, kind of thing. And so you they unload all the stuff. The other two guards, uh, the people wave off the other two guards. The other two guards are they kind of uh, you know turn and start walking into the station. Sage is following right behind, just in lockstep. Looks like one of the guards is doing a good job of copying everything about what they're doing. So he looks like one of the guards, and no one would think he wasn't one of the guards if those other two guards didn't know who he was supposed to be and were very confused that he just followed them because he has duty. They know his next duty is on the other side of the station from where they're going. And this is way out of line for Cormac Macheski. He would never follow them. Like, he would go do his other thing. Like, this is just a duty they do occasionally, you know. So he would go do his other. He would go do his other thing. Why is he
Oh,
following them?
sorry.
No, it's okay. So I think the other guards are questioning it in their head for a moment, and then they're going to ask you a question once they get far enough away from the other guys that only Cormac Macheski would know. Or maybe not that only Cormac Macheski would know, but they'll ask, uh, why aren't you heading off to, uh, you know, why aren't you heading off to guard so and so?
And I'm
And I
just like,
think,
oh right, I got turned around. They're
and
like,
they
okay,
kind
that's
of
not his voice, you know.
you hear you see their heads tilt a little bit, and they go, turned around. You mean went in exactly the opposite direction as they reach for their weapons?
Okay. So, I mean, that kind of fits with the pay the price thing. You know, has an unintended effects.
Yeah, yeah.
That fits the bill there. So hey, yeah, that role kind of fit for the pay the price role. Yeah. So they're drawing weapons. I am going to look around for the closest hallway that I could dart to that has. I'm looking for a spot where I can tuck the beacon and activate it, and
So
then draw them away from it, and then continue to. And at that point, I'm just fighting until you get there, right? Or until I can find, I can outrun them and find cover somewhere.
okay.
But at that point, I'm sure the whole station will be on alert.
So ways and stonework and weird, crazy Gothic crap all over the place, sconces and stuff. So I think, yeah, if you get even just a couple of steps away from them and turn down a corner, you can see tons of places just to stuff the beacon somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think that works perfectly. What happens after that, though? That's the
Well,
question.
am I able to do that? And yeah, what happens after that is
So
I continue to run away and draw their attention away from the beacon. Is kind
okay,
of my thing. It's like I find a
yeah.
spot, I put it down, I try to activate it, and then I try to draw them away from it as best I can. Let's
So I
get
think
through that part and then
yeah.
figure out what I do after that.
Yeah, I
Because
think there's two pieces to that. Is one is so I think it's easy to find a space that you think the beacon would be. You could hide the beacon. The question is, do they see you doing it? and
yeah,
then what what happens as part of that? So I think given that I see this as like a kind of like I said a dark uh um kind of a dark gothic cathedraly space station. So I think it's plausible. It's that if you got just a little bit ahead of them, you would you would personally feel like you could hide it without them seeing. And so I think it's probably a 50-50 shot that they would see you.
okay,
I mean, it's totally possible that someone else sees you. Yeah, but I think it's a 50-50 shot you can hide it without anyone seeing it. But you do, as part of this, regardless of whether or not you're able to hide it, you're gonna set it off, right?
yeah,
Okay, good.
okay. So is this going to be a secured advantage kind of thing?
No, I think this is a. I think
Like
this in
what kind of role?
particular is an oracle is a question to the oracle of whether or not you hide this without being seen.
Well, I
I don't
mean,
think it's like
so
a
there's like a lot in my favor there. So
yeah
likely,
yeah probably yeah especially because it's dark and there's a lot of like you
yes,
know
I find a hiding spot and activate it. Okay.
and no one sees you. No one sees you do it because you're able to get around the corner before they can and drop it before they can see you. But they're obviously pursuing. You can hear them coming at you. So now
Now I
I think
get away from here and draw their attention away from it.
I think whether you not want to or not, you have entered the fray.
Alrighty.
And so you're going to take this as an you're going to try to keep away from them. You're going to like play keep away with yourself, right? Like that's what your goal is for the time being.
Yeah. Until you can arrive. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
So I think that would be an enter the fray. Let's see.
Preparing to act. No. No. On the move. Roll edge.
Whoops. I didn't mean to hit that, but that works.
Where's that at? Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, it's in the under the combat moves section. Okay, you
We get
choose. You either get the 2 momentum or you're in control. I would personally pick in control.
Yeah,
The
I
momentum
was.
would be nice, but
Yeah, well, because then I'm not like if I wasn't like okay, if I took the momentum, what would that mean though? Like they
that would mean so you wouldn't be in control. You would be uh in a bad spot. Um and that
correct.
would mean that you are
They'd probably find me on the next like thing or something.
yeah, less likely that you'd be able to like hide from them in the short term. You'd probably be either forced into some kind of combat or get taken prisoner.
Yeah.
That kind of setup.
Okay.
So
I
I think in
take
control is a good idea.
control. Yep. Okay. I am in control.
And then I think
Gain ground. In pursuit, fleeing, or maneuvering, roll edge. So I have to envision what I'm doing. Like,
yeah, what does this look like
so
to you? So you just dropped off the thing. Those you can hear them around the corner.
I take off down another corner and try and hide as best I can. Yeah.
Okay.
So I basically I try to find a spot that I can hide in for longer without having to keep moving, just to conserve my energy
Does
until
is
I
there
have
any
to.
way that Tim can like kind of cover you if you like ducked into the shadows? Could Tim like cover you in a way that it looks like that you're just like a shapeless blob in the shadows kind of thing, so it doesn't look like a big guy in armor?
Yes, but I feel like, well, one, okay, what's the lighting like in these halls? And then I assume it's dark,
Yeah,
gothically,
I'm thinking
like,
like I said, dark gothic
um,
cathedral kind of setup. So like a lot, I feel
but
like there's a lot of shadows and a lot
a
of
lot of
places you
shadows.
could just hide. Even if
And
you didn't have Tim, I think you
what
could hide on your own.
the thing is, do I need Tim? Exactly, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Do I even need Tim to help out with that? Because on that case, yeah, he totally could just kind of like cover me to kind of like smooth out my features and make me, stick out less in the shadows. But um, are these cloaks, the armor, is it dark enough where I could, like you said, I could just hide in there myself?
Okay, I headcanoned this in my for a bit there because we were talking about the armor earlier. I see this as like I like cultists that use like the dark red, you know.
Okay,
So I see the armor and the robes that they're wearing all kind of being that same kind of dark red shade. I don't
okay,
see it as being as shiny or flashy because also it's kind of like I see it very 40K ish uh but without the pomp, you know?
yeah,
So I think realistically your armor's dark in color. Uh it's not shiny or reflective. I think if you like I said, I think if you could find a spot in the hallways, even if it's not a room, even if it's just like pillars or something like that, you could find a place where you feel reasonably comfortable hiding, and you probably would be okay there.
yeah. Okay, so I gain ground then,
Let's do it.
and hiding shadow. Um,
Stealthiest of stealthies. Oh boy,
Mark progress. Okay. Oh, we
that's
should
if
have marked a couple of
we
ticks already.
on actually on both of these, right? Both these vows. I think yeah, I think we're probably one up already from where we
we
were
did we
because
did the
you've
planning
got to
with
the
Stimmy. Then
yeah.
we did the initial part of getting the guard and stuff, and now we're working through that next stuff, I guess.
Oh, do you, that's actually I was just thinking about that. Like, I think we marked up when we did the plan with Stimmy though. I think we already because the we already had one box of progress on the ancient box one.
Yeah.
So I added I did progress for us on both of those, just one step of progress. I think you would add you would this would be an additional progress on both of those if but you well you choose one.
Oh, there we go. I had the thing open, like the main card open with the details in it.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, to help fill the information that we were figuring out what we knew, it was Priest Zebulon Tucker that has it in his office. We need to figure that out. We need to figure out where Zebulon Tucker's office is. So that's my next step.
Okay. Oh, we did actually hear that from Stimmy.
Yeah. We need to do some searching when we got there. She knows roughly where it's at. So she knows where it's at. I need to make my way towards that location.
And Phoenix gave us information about the layout of the he didn't have where everything exactly where everything was, but he knew the layout pretty well. So we already kind of had an idea going into this.
Yeah.
What where we needed to go, or at least roughly where we needed to go for some of these things, right?
Right. So yeah, keeping that in mind for me, I should take that into account that we do have an advantage when I'm trying to sneak around and find where I'm going. I have a good idea already because we looked over the.
So I think we can retcon that easily into what we just did, in that you took off in the direction we had talked about, like going to look, so that was so you're already kind of headed in that direction, so that once hopefully if you can shake them, you'll have a little bit of free time while you're waiting for me to show up, and you can start heading that direction maybe. Okay. So you only get one of those two things, or one of those three things, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
So are you just you're marking progress?
Yeah, that's what we did, right? We
okay.
marked the progress on Google.
Yeah. I was just making sure that's what that last one was.
And then, continuing on,
So I think that yeah, so it was a weak hit. So what you were trying to do worked.
I stay in control, basically.
But maybe because the let's see, where was the? I was just looking at this gain ground.
Just take decisive action, or I can make another gain ground move.
So realistically, it doesn't say anything about like any negative impact from a weak hit, other than the fact that you just only get one of those benefits. So I think it worked exactly the way you wanted it to. I think you kind of dipped into a corner, right?
Yeah.
Put your cloak up over your head, and the guards just kind of like Scooby Doo right past you.
Yep. Are they competent enough of guards that they sound the alarm, or are they just bumbling this and chasing me like chickens that got cut off?
That's a good question. Do you? So this cult obviously has this space station, and they have a large enough number of people to man it.
Yeah.
So you got to think that they're competent at some level, right? Like.
But these are guards.
But these are guards.
Be competent to do what they need to do. And they do need to take in the masses to support the people at the top.
I feel like
any good cult would do.
I feel like it's a 50-50 shot that they alert, or they just go, man, Cormac Macheski was being real weird today.
Yeah. All right.
They just kind of drop it because they don't want to do the paperwork,
No one does.
Who wants to do the paperwork?
That's a no.
They don't drop it. I feel like they so well, I feel like
what was the question actually? I thought it was like, do they
I used I used a non-yes or no responses.
Yeah.
Okay, so are they competent?
My question was, were they competent enough? Okay. And that's no, they were not competent enough.
Okay.
They do want to do the lazy thing and be like, dude's a weirdo.
they run off down the hallway, and they get like another like couple of
They
like
get
hallways
winded and like,
down, and they notice
let's
that
go get
he's
tacos.
they haven't seen him, so they're like, I'm not paid enough to deal with this shit.
Yeah,
Let's go to the mess.
yeah. It's Taco Tuesday. Let's do it.
Taco Tuesday at the mess hall. Taco Tuesday at the Doomsday Cult mess hall.
Yep.
Okay, so
So next step is we need to get to that guy's office because we think that's where that was, right? Um, let's see. Do we roll to see if you've arrived yet?
let me actually what I think let's cut back over to Kayla real quick for just a
Yeah.
minute. And so she rushed over to the Mercy, gets everything powered on, gets everything ready, and then she sets up a little comm station next to the helm and waits patiently to hear back. And I don't think it's that long. I think it's it seems like it was probably a pretty short trip, probably maybe even shorter than the trip out to
Chris.
um yeah, to Eris from whoops. I need to not move stuff around on that screen. I keep forgetting.
Wherever it's at this time, it's closer by than
It seems
Eris.
closer by than Eris. So so I think Kayla sees the beacon go off, bing, and then immediately starts to work out how to get there. Um, I think the one thing that I didn't think about going into this is that this is not a known. This is not like Eris to. Uh,
Oh, the
so
whole
there's a
the journey thing.
path. There's a path that they probably took, but it's not a known path.
Yeah.
And so I don't I have the advantage of knowing where they are, but I don't have the advantage of knowing the safe route there. So I think I will have to um, maybe do a exploration thing instead of just
Is it explore a waypoint? No.
I think
It's undertaking expedition.
yeah,
You
it's
need 0
undertake an
days.
expedition. I think it's probably pretty easy, so it's not like going to be an incredibly hard expedition, but it is going to I mean there'll probably be a couple of steps to getting there. So I'm going to uh add a progress bar. We're going to call this trip to Altair or charting a course to. I'm going to say it's probably, it seems close by. They're able to get back and forth without any problems. It's probably just troublesome. It's probably relatively simple, uh, but there's potential for danger. So I'm going to leave it at troublesome. All right. And then, so I'm going to start. It's probably going to be a short series of jumps to where I can scan to, as far as I can scan to, because I don't want to end up right on top of it. I want to end up a little ways away from it so I can make my approach without having to worry about setting off any alarms or anything like that. Um, so I'm gonna pretty much just like I'll do this like I do this thing where I jump out as far as I can scan, pause, jump out as far as I can scan, pause, and we'll see how long it takes me to get there. Uh, so let's do a roll. We're gonna use. Oh, I am kind of trying to keep under the radar. Damn it. We're gonna say I'm staying vigilant. I'm,
Okay.
I'm trying to keep under the radar, but at least for this first part, I'm not necessarily like trying to be super stealthy. maybe when I'm
Not on
getting
approach or
closer to that
anything. Yeah,
beacon. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to roll this. I'm gonna have to roll a couple of times to kind of get to the place. So so I'm gonna just make sure that I'm paying attention to my, like I said, paying attention to my I don't want the freaking gravitational anomalies to destroy the Mercy. I just want to make short hops to get to where I'm going. So I'm gonna start with a wits roll here. Oh, and I also I am an ace pilot. Oh no, that's only reacting under fire. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna roll straight up wits. All right. Weak hit. So we can waypoint. I reach a waypoint, but the progress costs me.
sounds
Envision
like
location and
gravitational
mark
anomaly.
progress. God damn it! Right off the bat too, and it's like I'm like, how is no one talking about this shit? Gravitational anomalies all over the place. All over the place. Hey Shelly, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. So gravitational anomalies all over the place. Fucking as I'm coming out of my jump, I feel the ship getting pulled. The alarms start going off. I jump into action. I face danger as an ace pilot. I get a +1 and take a +1 momentum on hit. So I'm gonna face danger. Let's see. I think this is with speed, mobility, or agility. I think this is like a sudden reaction kind of thing. So I'm jumping into the feel it shaking, feel the alarm, hear the alarms go off. I'm immediately on guard for the stupid freaking anomalies, and I'm cursing Tim in my head, and I'm cursing Tim out loud. Fucking Tim, buying him a goddamn tiny ship when we're done with this. So I take a +1 because of my ace thing, and I roll edge. Oh, thank God. Strong hit with a match. All right, so I'm gonna. I've dealt with this a couple of times. I've hit these anomalies. Obviously, we've both seen my experience with them. Clearly, I am a seasoned pilot when it comes to these gravitational anomalies.
Tim can suck it.
Tim, eat a dick, Tim. I say as I power out. Do this fishtail and power my ship out of the range of the gravitational anomaly there. And I take +1 momentum, which is glorious. And the match, I think I kind of like slingshot myself maybe.
You
And
arrive
I
in
think
record time.
I was gonna say I think that's worth at least 2 progress marks, two marks on the progress of this of this trip
Okay.
here. I don't know where that puts me because I forget how many that does, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, so it's 3 per. So yeah, so I find myself actually a lot closer than I thought it'd be. And so I'm like, okay, maybe one more jump, and I check my sensors out at the deepest range my sensors can reach, and that kind of just slingshot kind of put me in a perfect path to make the next jump. This time I am going to try to be stealthy about this, unfortunately. So I'm like, I'm getting close, so I think I need to be careful. So I am going to I'm going to roll the exploration again, but with shadow this time. Okay, thank God. Whew. Strong hit. Okay.
8.
Ship jumps ahead. And I think the outcome of this progress is that I put myself just outside of range of sensors of the sensors of the space station and uh, kind of have some space to plan my approach and figure out what I'm going to do from there. So I'm going to roll. I'm going to make a progress roll on this guy. Nice. Very nice. Perfect. And as I come to a stop for a moment, being all sneaky in my ship, I go, "Fuck you, Tim. Fuck you." Just a little pressure relief there for myself as I get ready for the next steps. I think as that's happening, we cut back to Sage. We didn't work out a plan for communicating with each other or anything like that. Did we just use our regular comms?
Yeah, I thought we'd be within comm range once you're close. I assume.
So so with that progress being done, uh with that progress being done, I'll start to take the ship in slowly and avoiding essentially the anything that's going to get us like put us on their radar, catch any attention. And then as soon as I get within comm range of the station, I'm gonna on our frequency, I'm gonna just blast out a little, I don't know,
The
but
little Star Trek goes off.
yeah, a little just a little little buzz at you. And
Comm
I
chirp.
just yeah, comm chirp, and then Kayla kind of is waiting to hear back, and we cut back over to Sage. And
All right.
Sage, who has just hidden, has the guys run past him, goes and probably has a little bit of time here before that comm chirp comes through.
Okay. Have I been discovered? How long? Because that it took some time before I put the beacon down and then hid
Yeah,
and
so
fled.
there's I think you've probably I mean like it seems like the station's pretty close compared to the like between Eris and what's it called? Actually, we did put it kind of close, didn't we? Yeah,
Yeah,
we did in the thing. So it feels like oh god damn it, I gotta stop moving that. I keep
but it
moving the
does
wrong
it
one.
does move. So
It does, but the we can figure it stays in the same place every so for a couple of days at a time maybe. That's what I was thinking. That's like
yeah,
their so they don't have to burn a bunch of fuel constantly just moving it around.
right.
Um, so, but you've probably got like, I mean, there's probably enough time for you to, try to go find the office maybe, or find a place where you can meet me. I think,
Yeah, I go and try and find a secure spot where we can. That way, I can prepare you for where to meet up with me inside or something.
so yeah, you can like signal me or something like that. So we knew, like, I think going into this, I'm gonna see, I'm gonna ask the Oracle here, uh, but I think it's likely there's more than one like docking bay on a big, on a big station. You probably got multiple places to dock,
Yeah.
and
How likely
we
is one of them open?
yeah. So I think yeah, how likely is it that we're going to be able to find we kind of have an idea where they're at because we've already been given all this information, so you can kind of go poke around and see which ones. And so let's do you want to maybe uh maybe a 50-50 on we've got a couple of them that you can go to, and so you try to make your way to each one, and you got a 50-50 shot of it being like empty at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, first one is definitely not.
Okay.
Well, so you came from like the main, uh, you know, uh, uh, port in on the station, and so you're going off to all these other little side ones that are like the maintenance and docks and whatnot, And so this first one that you get to just happened to be really close to where you're at, and maybe it's maybe it's guarded, or it's a private. It's clearly a private dock that has that they don't expect any ships to come to.
Yeah, I should see like how likely I get discovered along each one of these. I have to check.
I think
I think it's unlikely though, because
yeah, as long as
I'm
the guys
fitting in
haven't
well.
raised the alarm
Yeah,
and you're still wearing the armor, I think you just look like any other guard. And the only reason that those other guards were kind of weirded out by you was because they
I
knew
followed them
who you
immediately.
replaced,
Yeah,
and you acted weird to them. But anyone else you approach isn't gonna necessarily directly know who you are, right?
yeah.
So
So it's a
I think
small
it's
chance actually.
yeah, I think it's a very small chance that
Yeah,
you get discovered, but still a chance, you know.
yeah. No, I don't get discovered. Okay,
Nice.
good, good.
But that first one's a bust.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one I go to, let's see, 50-50. Is this one?
Let's say before we keep going, let's say there's like four of them.
Okay.
So this is
No.
the second one.
Second one's empty. Okay. Make my
Not
way to the third one. I'm not discovered. Is it empty?
nice.
No.
Oh, that was almost a
Okay.
47 though.
One more.
One
Do
more.
I get discovered? Good.
We make it.
Yeah.
So far you're there.
So that was the fourth one, right?
This is the fourth one you're checking right now, right?
Yeah. So I
So if
mean, if
this one
it's
isn't, we have to come up with another. We have to work something else out, maybe.
okay, it is empty.
The very last one.
All right.
Clearly, some kind of maintenance bay. You know, like it's something that's used for like maybe like uh ships that repair or take care of the station. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like a bunch of ships that are docked there that just are all kind of covered and ready, just ready to be used, but not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people around, and it looks like we could get a ship in and docked, and maybe no one would notice. How technically, how how how, how technically adept is Sage?
Not
It
really.
is okay. So I'm because that was I was just thinking like, oh, you could just look around for security stuff and see if you can not that you have to disable anything, just be aware that there's stuff, but you probably Sage probably wouldn't even be thinking about like cameras or anything like that. Like just like physically there's no one in the stocking bay, and it looks like Sage can lay low here, so Sage is cool
Yeah.
and hangs out and waits for the chirp that comes. It takes a little while to wander around the ship. So you were, you're probably an hour and a half wandering from docking bay to docking bay, getting down to the last one. And as you kind of like settle yourself into one of it looks like there's like a little station, maybe like a guard station or something like that. So it wouldn't look too awkward if there was a security person there. Kind of settle yourself in there, and then you hear the chirp.
Yep. All right. I answer the hail.
Kayla says, "All right, Sage, how we doing over there?"
Tim wants to know if you ran into more trouble.
Kayla is, you see her shaking her head and cursing under her breath and saying, "Of course not. Why would I run into trouble? It just takes a little while to get here."
I think he's genuinely concerned for your safety.
Is he genuinely concerned for my safety, or does he want to make some stupid joke about it?
I don't know.
I'm buying him a tiny ship once we get our money for this.
Okay. he agrees. He likes this.
Kayla says, "Okay, so which one did we end up on?"
I read off the docking bay number. It's, yeah. Point
So
two.
Kayla's like, "Okay, I'm gonna bring her in, and we'll just hope and pray that this doesn't trip any alarms or anything like that." Let's see. Mm, she's going to. She is going to. She's I guess trying to be kind of stealthy about this. I don't know. Would flying this in be stealthy, or would she be like using her like expertise to just try to keep things under what she would think the limits would be for being noticed?
Expertise.
Like as an ace pilot
Yeah.
who can avoid gravitational phenomena really well, despite what her friend's symbiote says. So she's gonna just very competently pilot this into the into the dock. Very competently.
Oh, jeez. How come you keep getting the strong hits?
She
And I
doesn't
get
even and
the
and she doesn't
strong
even get
misses
the
with matches.
she doesn't even get the benefit of the momentum that momentum just burns up because she's already at 10. So you are sitting there in your little thing and you see the Mercy kind of come around the corner very very smoothly and just kind of glide into place and link up with one of the empty docks, and she kind of parks it behind some of the other ships, so it's not so obvious as soon as you step in that there's a random ship here that doesn't belong to this fleet or anything like that. Um, so it's kind of tucked away. It's not perfectly hidden, and we're not covering it or anything like that. But uh, she she opens the door and kind of leans out a little bit and like looks around, and she has no idea where she's looking for Sage, but Sage can clearly see her where she's at, and she hits her comm and she's like, "Sage, where are you at?"
There's like no one here, right? Like, just,
Yeah, it's just you.
yeah.
But it's like it's like a docking base, so it's kind of hard. It's like a lot of space, maybe like not like.
I'll like turn around.
She sees you, or she sees someone in armor, assumes it's you, and starts moving that direction. And she is wearing her normal stuff. She just kind of figured that it wouldn't be that obvious, like. But with you as a security guard, maybe walking around with you, it would seem less suspicious. So she gets to you and she's like, "Were you able to find anything else, or did you spend all your time looking for the dock?"
This was the only one I could find open. It took forever.
She's like, "Okay, I mean, we walked into this not knowing a whole lot, so." She maybe has a data pad with the information that Phoenix provided, and she kind of scrolls through to where we are, and then kind of scrolls through to where we kind of assumed uh uh where we were told the box would be, and
We
then
should probably mark progress on the.
oh yeah, we should.
Do.
And the open agent box. So she's like, "Okay, so we need to go to this cargo bay, but we probably, we're supposed to find what's his name's office, and she opens up the notes for the vow. uh so we know we need to find Priest Zebulon Tucker's office.
Yep.
And we know that there's this group of offices is probably where the priests are. Uh, So she kind of looks at, she does the math and is like, well, getting in and out of the cargo bay is probably going to be easier than the office thing. We're likely to set off some alarms, especially if there are people in those offices at the time. So the smart thing to do, I think, would be to try to steal the box for Phoenix first, get that safe, and then make our way over to the offices and try to figure out where the alien goo guy is for Stimmy.
Okie dokie.
All right. So
All right, well,
what are we going to need to do to get there? What are we going to need to do to get this?
Sneaky time. Well, I mean, you had the idea of, you playing the prisoner and I'm escorting you around.
Yeah,
How
essentially.
well will that get us to the office is the question.
Yeah. So I think there's a strong chance that we're not going to be caught just walking around. That the most complicated parts are going to be when we're in the places that we're not supposed to be in, which would be definitely the offices, the what do you call it, the and probably even the cargo bay if there's security there for any reason. So I feel like if we just make our way to the cargo bay, everything goes smooth, no immediate obvious issues. We get to the cargo bay though. Is the cargo bay unlocked? This is where they have some of their artifacts and antiquities. I feel like it would be locked, but I think that's I think it's a good chance it'll be locked.
Yeah, I think it's likely it'd be locked because I think there's still an element of incompetence as far as like the lower rung of the cult here that maintains some of the stuff.
Okay, so question of the oracle is, is this cargo bay locked when we get there? Yes, it is.
Oh, they are more careful about their stuff.
So, let's see. What I want to double check.
More careful about locking up stuff than they are about catching intruders.
Right? So I'm a scoundrel. I get a +2 when I make a move, lying, bluffing, stealing, or cheating. And so I think this counts as a move stealing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna face danger. I think with stealth, I think we're trying to be not trying to give ourselves away here. So I'm gonna face danger, uh, in a stealthy way, but I get a +2 because I'm a scoundrel. Let's roll this. Let's add 2. And come on. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. So here you go, Jason.
Do the armors go off? Oh, God.
No, they don't.
Or are you going to burn momentum? Oh.
I'm going to burn momentum. I need this. We need this to go smooth if we even have a chance of getting the other thing, right?
Yeah.
I think this is a reasonable point to burn my momentum for this, especially since I get momentum as part of this move, because this will make it a strong hit. So I get I take the value of my shadow as plus momentum, which means +1. So that's going to be, that's super helpful. But so I'm going to burn my momentum. Oof. I'm going to take that +1. Let's see. So that turned into a strong hit, though, which gives me another momentum because of the face danger. So I'm back up to 4. But, okay, so now we have a strong hit with a match. I feel like I feel like I'm doing my thing. I've got my little keypad out to hack the door lock, and it's like,
Boom, boom,
boop
boom.
boop 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 boop. As the
I think,
door opens, what was
yeah,
that?
mark mark progress on the open the
Yeah,
box.
for sure. So as the door opens, we look inside, and this is a room where they're holding like artifacts and stuff. Everything is on a pedestal and lit up and everything. So there's no like it's easy to find this box. This box is like sitting right there on one of the pedestals. It just happens to be perfectly within sight and everything. It's the scene from Indiana Jones where he ends up at the end of the temple and sees the thing on the pedestal, which also makes me think that we need to roll to make sure there's no booby traps or
It's a tree.
alarms. So unfortunately, unlocking the door doesn't really tell me that, other than I unlocked the door as stealthy as I could, so I would avoid triggering any alarms from the door opening. But God knows what the box is. But we can clearly see the box. Then that's the box that Phoenix showed us the rubbing of. You could see the symbols just uh you know that Tim recognized, or you recognized.
Yeah, some
So
Zid glyphs or something.
just I imagine it's this, like, I imagine it looks, you've seen uh Dawn of Justice, or not Dawn of Justice, but the first Justice League movie where they had the mother box. I feel it's just like something like that, like just like
Yeah,
a nondescript box with ornate, well, nondescript, a non just a random looking box with ornate carvings and stuff all over it with those glyphs and everything.
nothing looks untoward about it right now. It looks like an ordinary stone thing, right? Like just kind of like the Fifth Element stones.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It's not like maybe it's not like gilded or anything like that. It's just
it
it
looks
looks like a hunk
earthen.
of stone,
Yeah, but it's got carvings in it that are ornate and stuff.
and it has
And
some
it has
like sideways
geometric
wavy
shapes.
lines, so
Yeah,
we know if we put our sweat on it, it'll open up.
yeah. Or
Now that you got me going
sign on it.
fifth element, that's where I'm going with it.
Okay.
It takes Tim sweat. We just need to you ring Tim out on it.
Oh God. Like
Or
having us go through all this, and it's just like it's a like hygiene box for the Zid or something.
it's like, yeah, it's a little like what do you call it, like it's like one of those self-contained cat cleaning setups.
It's
You
like
just
the literal robot equivalent thing of a for the Zid. It's like
the Zid poop Death Star.
yeah,
Okay, so we see it on this pedestal. We're like, okay, cool, we made it here, and I feel like with the match too, it's while we may not know if it's like booby trapped or alarmed or anything like that, I don't think there's anyone in the room. I think we're like, this is just like where they keep their artifacts and stuff in general. And so, uh, so how likely do you think it is that there's something? I mean, like, we had to get through a locked door. What's the likelihood that there's additional layers of security with this? Also, considering the fact that these people probably also uh, understand that Phoenix or other people that are out there want to get their stuff.
yeah. I'd say likely.
Okay, so we're gonna let's roll that real quick. You want to roll that one, or
No, there's no additional security.
so Kayla kind of slowly sneaks her way in and is looking around and checking, and then she's just keeping an eye out for anything that looks like another alarm or something like that. And she kind of walks up to it, and she does the Indiana Jones thing where she looks at it and she licks her fingers, grabs the little bag, takes some of the sand out. No, she's like looking at it, and she's like, she's kind
Visually
of
weighing
reaches
it.
out,
Yeah.
reaches out, grabs it and picks it up, and then waits there for just a moment
Does
with it up in the
something
air.
happen?
I think there's a small chance that something happens.
Like, does the box do something, or does something else do something?
I think there's a small chance that anything happens, and that if something does happen, then we decide what
Okay.
happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. She's just holding it there for a moment, like it's hovering like a couple inches off the pedestal. She's like, I mean, it's kind of heavy, but doesn't seem like there's anything. So she turns around and puts it in Sage's hands.
Oh God, I think there's almost certain that something happens.
Oh yeah. She's just not thinking. She just hands it over to you. I mean, it's not. It's just a random alien
Neither of
artifact
us
to
are
her.
thinking. You're just like, hey, and I'm like, her. And
So she just.
something definitely happens. What happens?
Let's see.
What could happen? Oracles. Is that an oracles thing? Is this what are we?
Story complication.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Two seemingly unrelated problems are shown to be connected.
I feel like I have some kind of vestige like vision.
I
At
feel
the very
like
least, I think that would happen at the very
I
least.
feel like as you take the box, as I give you the box, you you know, something in the box activates to some degree. It senses your DNA maybe,
Or
or Tim
Tim.
being close enough to it triggers it. Okay? As you take it, you kind of catch this, like, yeah, you catch I think a vision's a good thing to go with for that, where you see something uh related to what the contents of this box does. At the same time as you're experiencing this vision, alarms start going off on the space station, and it shakes violently momentarily.
The station or the box?
The station
Okay.
shakes in a way that we've all experienced. All of us here, at least, have
Oh, is this
experienced.
gravitational fun? Wrecking
I
havoc?
I I feel like
I think so.
the box triggers a vision for you, and as that's happening, a gravitational anomaly pops up within close enough to cause not necessarily damage to the station, but to maybe pulling the station towards danger or something like that.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say that this has nothing to do with what Phoenix thought it had something to do with, and it's in my vision. I see that this is a training box, a Zid training box for like helping, like similar to that ceremony that we had in the vignette, um,
So
just to bind them. But this is like to enhance an already bound
so
like pair or something.
maybe this is a uh maybe this is a device that the Essentia use to pass on knowledge, and uh you, I mean, like, so like your culture used these boxes to teach about the connection between your symbiotes and your people, you know, and that's why it's part of your, maybe that's why it's part of your rituals for this. But these boxes are actually tools that the Essentia use to like give to people, to or give to cultures and stuff, to give them knowledge, certain pieces of knowledge. Maybe.
Are they that benevolent, or do they think everyone are ants and worthy of it
I
all?
think it's a I think it's a don't screw this up box.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I think this is a the Essential want the world to work the way they want it to work, and so this is them planting the seeds of making people do what they want them to do. And so the vision it gives you is teaching you something, you don't know the purpose behind the teaching other than, hey, inside this box is the information you need. So we know that Phoenix wants this. We know what his end goal is, and we know what the Doomsday Cult's end goal is. So maybe this box gives some kind of information as to how the Rift and what's it called? How the Rift and Cerberus are connected.
Okay.
And that just that the power of this box going off and transferring that knowledge is enough to cause this disruption, this localized gravity disruption. I feel like maybe any Essentia technology at this point might trigger something like that because of the kind of the kind of thing they're trying to do in this sector.
Yeah.
Does that sound plausible? Does that sound, because I know I kind of went with a lot of stuff there, but
No, that fits kind of what I was thinking as well. So,
okay.
like, yeah, part like it's some kind of, like you said, knowledge transfer device about how to, how
Okay.
the Zid stuff.
Yeah, and it's like it's supposed to be, maybe it's something that's like the intention is it's going to be used by like the people that the Essentia entrusted with this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so like your people is one of those groups of people,
Yeah.
Not that your people from here specifically, but your people from on your planet, you
It
were
was more intended
trusted with that
for
kind of
Tim's
stuff.
people, not the humans.
Or Tim's people. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, so you catch this vision, and it's confusing to you, so we don't have all the details right now, but you can think about it as we go. But it's something that ties that gives us an idea of the connection between the Rift and Cerberus.
Yeah.
And as that's happening, then the space station shakes violently momentarily, and all the alarms are going off. And I go, Kayla's looking at you while you're kind of just going, like, I don't know,
Zone the fuck out.
yeah, you get that like blank look on your face and just staring straight ahead, holding the box. And Kayla's like, I don't think we caused that. I hope we didn't cause that. Please tell me we didn't cause that. Did we cause that?
All right.
She rushes over to the door and closes it real quick, just to make sure that anyone rushing by doesn't see us. And she goes, "Are you okay there, Sage?"
Yeah, I kind
Come
of
back to me, buddy.
shrug off the trance, and I'm like, wow, what? Feel like stars are dancing around my head, and hard to
Kayla,
focus because it's such a rush of information.
Kayla's doing
Tim is
come back
also
to me,
kind
buddy.
of
Come on.
knocked out a bit. Okay.
And yeah, she's trying to get your attention. You're kind of coming out of the fog and the haze. She can hear Tim doing his little chittering.
Does this have any effect on the station itself? Because let's say it starts wreaking havoc on the station, gives us kind of even more cover to run
That's what I
around
was thinking.
freely,
That's
in
what I was
these
thinking was
areas. While mayhem's going around and all the crew members like, what the hell? We're trying to put out fires everywhere. And
I think Kayla would, as Sage is coming to and is being more responsive, is going to say, "Buddy, we created one hell of some cover there. We need to take advantage of this right now. Let's go get the alien Guga that Stimmy wants." I'm just going to keep calling it the alien Guga because that just cracks me up for some reason. We're going to go get the alien Guga that Stimmy wants, and then get our ass back to the ship, and then just haul ass back to Sagan. Kayla,
okay. Since I figured that was, we picked up the box, it did its thing. I marked some progress there. So
I'm
We're
with you.
only halfway there with that one though, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, we kind of also like we told him we would get him the contents, and so maybe we have to do some stuff with that too,
There's
on
no
top of getting off the station.
contents. I can tell him what it says if that's
Yeah, yeah.
Again,
Well,
he
that's
doesn't.
why
He didn't know the nature of it. He just wanted it
he,
and wanted
he
what's
knew it
inside.
had something. It had something for him that would help him achieve his goals. Maybe
Yeah.
he just didn't. He didn't know exactly what it was. Otherwise, he might have told us. But who knows? Maybe actually he did know exactly what it was, and we get there, and he's like, "Oh, I knew this was gonna be what you would tell me. I just didn't know the details." Like,
Yeah.
we'll see. But I figure for that one, it'll it's going to be easier for us to steal the alien Guga because we're just kind of getting that and taking it back. And then for that one, we also have a little bit we might need to do afterwards to
Should
kind
I
of
mark
tidy that one up.
progress for that one as well? Now we've created a situation. I think this is good cover.
Yeah, because I think the last thing we really need to do is just grab it, and as long as nothing bad happens there, he said, hoping that nothing bad happened there. That we'll essentially finish that one up by just heading back to the station.
Yep.
So Kayla kind of prepares herself by she had her guns kind of hidden away a little bit, and she kind of just pulls them out so that they're at the ready. She's a little bit more action friendly in this now. So she pops the door open, leans her head out, looks around, and you can hear all the chaos commotion out there. People, you
Running
can hear
everywhere.
people running around. No one immediately running by the doorway that you were at, but just clearly, and you can hear it down the hallways, all these people doing their thing, and you can still hear the alarms going off and the lights are flashing in the hallway. uh Maybe we hear an announcement over the intercom.
Full breach on deck 10.
Well, and I feel like these people would know about the gravitational anomalies, given that they kind of use some stuff to avoid them, right?
Yeah.
So they probably immediately identify it, and they're like, so we hear like gravitational anomaly, all hands brace, prepare to put out fires, prepare to, we need help in this sector, need help in this, and just start calling out things.
Yeah.
So real quick, Kayla looks at the pad and marks out the route to the offices, and just says, let's just go straight there. If anyone asks what we're doing, we were sent to find god damn it. If anyone asks what we were doing, we were sent to find what's his name?
Brother Tucker, Priest Tucker. I don't
Priest
know.
Tucker, thank you.
Zebulon Tucker.
Um yeah. So that's what she says to Sage. And then Sage, I assume, grabs just takes the box, and we start hauling ass out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, Zebulon Tucker. So what do you think the likelihood is, since they see this is a gravitational anomaly? I feel like they just assume it's something that just happened and they just weren't prepared for it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're looking for anyone on the station. I don't think they have any concept that someone in the station might have caused that.
Correct.
We didn't trigger any alarms. Everything else went really smooth.
Well, we triggered alarms, but the good kind.
Well, I mean, we triggered alarms in the sense that the station's in danger, but not that something's been stolen. I mean,
Yeah.
So okay, so we, I think it's likely that I think it's not likely that we will be stopped by anyone, but that doesn't mean we won't be stopped by anyone. So I'm gonna roll a will we get stopped by anyone, and I'm gonna roll an unlikely for that. Nope.
Good.
We make our way over to the office area, and it's like I don't know. Are they? Oh man, maybe they're marked. Like once we get there, they physically have name tags. Let's see if they're. I think it's a
Oh, the
50-50
officer.
shot that they're
Okay. Yeah,
marked.
yeah, yeah. No,
Nope,
they're not
not
marked.
marked at all.
Okay, good.
We get there and Kayla's like, why don't we just put fucking names on these things? So, Kayla turns to Sage and just says, all right, we know what we're looking for. Stimmy gave us the picture.
Ransack through all the offices.
Start opening offices. Just start opening offices. And she starts on one side and Sage starts on the other.
Yep.
Well, okay, wait. How likely do you think it is that, given the damage, stuff going on, that these offices are even occupied at this point? Do you think maybe they've
I think they're
evacuated while we were on our way
unlikely.
over there?
I think it's unlikely that they're occupied. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll that too, just to see.
On your side, and then I can roll on my side.
All right, yeah, mine are not occupied.
Okay. Of course, mine are occupied. Of
So
course.
Kayla really quickly is like
Is
hitting the door, ducking her head in.
Zebulon Tucker? How many offices are there?
Let's say where we're at, there's 10. There's 5 on each side of the corridor.
Okay. So out of 5.
So I think there's a. I think it's unlikely that is Zebulon Tucker's.
Okay.
Is this Zebulon Tucker's office?
No. Good. Okay.
So a security guard carrying a box, a stone cube of some kind, knocks the door open and looks in. Are you Zebulon Tucker? Is that what you do?
Yeah, basically.
Oh man,
I'm like,
how likely is it that guy just points you to the right office?
oh, maybe he's super helpful. I'm a guard.
Maybe he thinks you're doing something. Yeah, you're a guard. Maybe he thinks you're doing something to try to save the station.
Yeah, I think it's likely. Okay.
I mean, chaos is happening. He can hear the alarms going off and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's reasonable that a guard's going to run around looking for someone, right?
Yep. So almost certain?
I think almost certain.
Okay.
I think it's very unlikely.
What?
Who are you looking for? Why are you looking for Zebulon? Does the priest have anything to do with this? He just starts questioning you.
I was like, no, I'm just supposed to secure him. Good day. We're all good here.
We're all good here. Okay. And you just move on to the next one.
Make sure you make your way to the exit like everyone else. Not like too long.
Okay, so as you're doing that, Kayla's checking the next one. No one there. Let's see. Is this his office, though? Oh!
All right.
So Sage is kind of standing in the doorway of that one place and obviously talking to someone. And Kayla opens the door. Is he there? Did we establish that as unlikely already?
Yeah, it's unlikely that he's there.
Okay. Is he there? No. Okay. But she opens the door. She sees a desk. Behind the desk, on as like a trophy kind of setup, she sees the object that you guys are there for, the alien Guga.
Yeah.
She yells over her shoulder without really looking back at Sage and says, "Found it!" And then rushes in and just grabs it, figuring anything happens, we'll deal with it.
All right.
So does anything happen is the question. How likely do you think it is that this guy's office, his personal artifacts in his office are
booby trapped or something?
Well, not necessarily booby trapped, but alarmed at least, right? Like, I mean, it's his office. I guess we just opened the door, so it's unlocked.
If it's
I
on
think
the
it's
desk, and he's clearly not really caring if it's stolen or not. 'Cause he
yeah, like
just
if it
left
was in a
out open.
case or something like that, I think
Yeah,
it might be a different story. But this is just like sitting on his desk, like like people put like photos of their family or something like that.
yeah.
So I think it's unlikely, or I think it's small chance, probably even.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Oh, okay, never mind. It went the other way. I was
No
like,
alarms. Okay.
it was 86, and I was like, oh Jesus, that was close,
Okay.
but it
So
wasn't close. It was the
you
opposite
got
direction.
the Guga. I got the box.
Grab the Guga, head out.
Let's go back to the boat,
How
space boat.
now that we're both carrying artifacts, how likely do you think it is we're going to run into someone? I think
What did we do before with getting there? It was
I'm trying to remember.
unlikely. It looks like it was unlikely that we ran into trouble. Um,
So yeah, so I think it's unlikely again. I think there is a possibility that someone sees two people carrying weird objects
but
and
there's just so
thinks,
much
why are
chaos
they?
going on.
Yeah. So I think it's we have good cover, but it's still a slight possibility that we run into someone who questions us at least, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say unlikely. Oh yeah, you got it. All right, here we go. I got this one.
I'm not allowed to roll anymore.
I grab the thing. I come rushing out. You turn around. That other guy's still shouting questions at you. I say, let's just go. So we haul ass going the same route we took, just because it's easy. We don't have to like keep looking
Yeah.
at the map and shit. We walked it, so we know it. And as we turn the corner, some priest looking dude in robes is like, what
That's
are you
my
doing with the
Guga.
alien Guga?
Yeah. Is this Zebulon Tucker?
I think it's likely. Yep,
Yes. Yes, it
it's
is.
definitely.
Okay. So we tell him, hurry. We were sent to get you. We have to take you to escape vessel and get you off the station.
There's danger, and we don't know how much time you have, but we have to get you off the station now. That's why we came to find you and we grabbed your valuable artifact.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a well. So Kayla is totally going to do that because Kayla has scoundrel. Kayla's she just rushes up and she even puts the artifact in his hands. Just
Yes, to
to
sell it.
sell it,
Yeah.
right? She's like, "Come with us now. We got to get going now." And the security guard, he's going to cover our back while we go. I'm your pilot.
Zebulon Tucker, come with me if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to live. So, oh god, this is great. Okay, so this is going to be a compel. It's going to be shadow because I'm lying, obviously. But because I'm a scoundrel and I'm lying, I get a +2. So let's see. We get a +2. We're gonna roll shadow. Come on, good rolls. This. Oh,
Oof.
oh god damn it! My luck ran out for the game, and I spent my momentum already. So it's not. Well, even then, it's a 10. So the best I could do would have been a weak hit, but at least that would have gotten us through that. Ooh wee.
I so he I guess pay the price, or he's just
I think
being refusing and stubborn. And it's like, who are you? And
I I think I don't even think that. I think he is immediately suspicious of us, and as like we're rushing towards him with his thing, and I'm putting it in his hands and telling him this. He raises one hand and yells out to some guards that are rushing down the hallway. Stop these people! They're trying to kidnap me! He immediately believes that we're kidnapping him.
I knock him out, so we can grab the Guga and get out of here.
Do it. Because I think that even
face danger with my, and that's an aggression move. Yep. So I get my Tim bonus, and it is okay. Where is it? Face danger. Face danger. Where's my Tim? There we go. My Tim points.
Quickly to the Tim.
And it's iron. Right? Yeah, iron.
Yeah, because you're trying to knock him out, right?
Yeah.
You're getting physical.
Strong hit.
There you go.
Take a momentum.
He is like,
I bonk, and we take the thing.
You there? As he's calling out to the guards, and you just like bonk, and then the guards kind of turn, and you just turn and wave at them, and they're like, "Oh, okay, another guy's got it. We're good." I'll grab the Guga.
Yeah, cool. Grab the Guga.
I will, as you bonk him and he kind of starts to drop, I will grab the Guga, and I will also like grab him to support him, like we're trying to help him out.
Time for a weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lift his arm up and wave and say, "Oh, it's all good. We got him." Do I have to roll another? Should I roll another?
No, I think we just roll to see if we make it to the ship without arousing suspicions. If we can,
I just kind of, I just drop him. I'm just gonna drop. I figure we just turn the corner, and as soon as no one can see us, we just drop him and we take off.
Okay, that works too. That's better.
So
that's a better plan.
So we haul ass.
Very stuff,
So I kind of parked the ship out of the way. Oh shit, 94. Thanks for the raid, man. Howdy, y'all. Real quick, we're gonna pause for just a moment. Thank you. Appreciate everyone showing up. That raid is awesome. Let me first off shout out 94, because anyone who watches Twitch should check out 94. He's a totally chill dude, does a variety of stuff, likes to play we can team up on a stream, and we'll do a painting stream, so you can paint. We'll get you a minifig and do a stream where we both work on painting stuff. So seriously, big love to 94. Really appreciate that. For anyone joining us that doesn't know what we're doing, we're playing a tabletop role-playing game called IronSworn Starforged. It's kind of it's a little bit more role-play heavy than it is mechanics heavy. There are mechanics, and we're using them to do stuff, but most of this is just, we're building a story collaboratively, me and my buddy here, Jason, Dirty Invincible. Yeah, I've got a collection of miniatures. Actually, Jason here also does Warhammer too, so we're both kind of in that same boat. This is kind of actually something that we enjoy doing. That's also kind of what do you call that? It's alongside of all of that.
Nerdy.
And thank you everyone for the follows.
Nerdy.
Yeah. Famlit TV and Awesome Skittle, really appreciate it. Oh yeah, dude. No, no, yeah, we're paused for just a moment. We are unfortunately probably going to be ending in a little bit, but we have a little bit more to wrap up. So I just give me a moment. We're pausing for it here. I believe I believe that 94 is talking about this. Let's switch over to the single cam momentarily. I believe that 94 is talking about this look. Oh God, I have to adjust my light a little bit. And, oh God, let me turn off the background blur. So this is my oh, he's a little out of focus, but he is a Necron Overlord. He's a Necron Overlord that I painted up. Oh God, I wish I had my other camera set up. But oh, there we go. He he's got this like dark blue exoskeleton and a little like grayish cape with some like jade armor and this big staff and the glowing ball. I know 94 really like this one. If you guys catch me, if you see me online on any of my paint streams, ask me because I got a better camera for that, setup for that, so I can show that off a little easier there. But that's one of my Necron. I have a couple of, I have basically a kill team of Necron and a small army, and it's one of the leader units. But yeah, I do. I try to do paint streams at least once or twice a week, and then I also do some random gaming on top of this game that we've been running. This is our 5th session. It's going to be going pretty well, and so we're gonna we're keeping this rolling, and as long as people are enjoying it, we're gonna keep doing it. As long as we enjoy it, we're gonna keep doing it. If you guys don't enjoy it, we don't care. I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, no worries, man. Hey, seriously, thanks for the raid. I really appreciate it. That really helps out, especially because like I said, we're trying to we like doing this, and so this is kind of a all this stuff kind of ties together to my personal nerdy shit that I do. So let me catch everyone up real quick. I'll just do a real quick summary here. We were tasked with stealing something from this space station run by space cultists. We got some help from a fixer friend of ours, who in return for that help asked us to steal another thing from this space station of cultists. We grabbed the first thing, which set off a gravitational anomaly near the station, causing the station to shake and take some damage and alarms to go off and all that stuff. We ran and grabbed the second thing, and we just encountered the guy that we stole the second thing from, and he noticed that we were stealing it. So we knocked him out, put him down, and now we're rushing back to where our ship is docked, kind of in this little maintenance dock off to the side. And oh, thanks, fam. The so we are on our way there. We are just working out now whether or not we determined while we were looking for the dock that this was a maintenance dock with a bunch of maintenance ships and stuff, and so it was empty when we showed up. But now there's a gravitational anomaly happened. It's causing damage to the station, so there's probably all these like maintenance people rushing in to get in these ships to go assess the damage and try to seal up, bulkheads and all that stuff. So we were, I believe we just figured that there would be people there.
It was likely, yeah. We were gonna roll to see.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely gonna make things harder. So, oh yeah, it's unlikely that it would be empty still. Oh, we were gonna roll for that. Yeah, let's roll. Let's roll. Go ahead, Jason.
It's empty.
It is empty. Oh, so okay, so maybe one of the other bays.
The question was, is it occupied? Answer is yes, it is occupied. So it is not empty.
Yes, it is occupied. Yes, I forgot. 75% chance that it was going to be occupied. So yes, there are people there, and it was empty when we got there initially. But I parked the ship kind of, out of the way, but it's still just a docking bay, and everyone can see it. So I feel like these guys realize that there's a ship there that they don't recognize, and someone's trying to figure out what's going on with this ship, but everyone else is in damage control mode, and so they're all jumping into the other ships, or they're all getting on the terminals in this dock and start working everything.
You just blow past them, run into the
So
ship
I
and
think
get the hell
we
out.
rush in and notice there's all these people doing stuff, and maybe there's someone like one person over looking at our ship, or maybe a small group of people looking at our ship, but not they can't get in because it's my ship and I'm good with tech. Kayla Khan is not only an ace pilot, she's decent with tech. She can do a lot more than Sage can. So I feel like we would just breeze past everyone that's in the entrance, and then approaching the people at the ship. Do you think that they're going to be like you game? First off, do we really get noticed? You're dressed in like guard armor,
Right.
but you are carrying a box, and I'm carrying an alien Guga of some kind, maybe a sword kind of looking thing. What what do you think? Like, do you think these are these are all going to be maintenance people? I don't think there's going to be security people here because there weren't security people here when we got here.
Yeah.
I figure these are all workers. I think we could probably just uh, maybe maybe if you yell at them to get out of the way, they'll just part.
I'd do that.
I think it's pretty likely that random workers on the station would listen to a random security guard. I
I think
think
it's almost certain,
almost
especially
certain.
now with all the stuff going on.
Yeah. So are these random workers
I
going to
yell
listen
at
to
him
a
like,
security guard?
"It's unsafe here. You need to get on the other docking bay." On I because we studied the plans, we know. I give him a plausible one.
So give it to me. Let's see it because you got to roll for this one. That yeah, beautiful. They're all cool. They go, yeah, let's. They just they don't even say anything. They just kind of part because the security guard's like charging at them with this box.
The giant security guard, who's
Yeah,
very
giant
intimidating.
security guard. And behind him comes this, 5'5" small woman dressed up like Han Solo, carrying an alien sword. And just and as you part, I hit the button to open the ship. As they part for you, I kind of come up. I'm like rushing behind, and I'm like, "Thanks for your service, gentlemen." And just jump into the ship and then hit the door, close it.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Are we able to get out of here without any trouble?
that is a really good question.
All right, Kayla, it's all on you.
So I think that question becomes: is this going? Are we? Is there anything that might stop us from leaving normally?
Doors, but that. I think that'd be it. Or unless this is
I,
like
I
open air kind of thing, like
I think it's
um,
unlikely. I feel like it's I feel like it's a docking bay that has no doors because otherwise I would have. It might have been harder to get in than we ended up with.
yeah.
So I see it as a docking bay that just has this big open door that leads out into space. The question is anything going to stop us? So I don't know if there's like maybe there's a security system there that like that now that people are in the docking bay, they're like triggering it, to protect the bay, or maybe we run into something like the anomaly on the way out. I don't think it's likely, especially given that it's a maintenance bay. But I think it's possible. So I think
I
it's
think
an
it's more
unlikely
likely
chance.
that we'd run into a gravitational anomaly than we would
Well, I think it's
just
unlikely that
giving
we
up.
run into something in general.
Especially given
Maybe.
that everyone, like anything that would put up any intelligent form of resistance, has currently got their hands full.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll an unlikely, and the question is, do we run into anything that stops us from leaving?
No.
Ah.
Yeah.
So we jump out. The ship, I just throw it in reverse. The ship just like pulls out of the bay while all these guys are scrambling around trying to get their little ships going and all their equipment and stuff. And we just dip. Kayla's like, all right, you know what? I plotted a course to get here. I'm gonna ride that path back. So this is not an exploration. This is setting a course. And of course, I don't get anything from Ace Pilot for this because that only applies to facing danger at this point. So this is going to be setting a course. Let's see, where did that go? Exploration.
Supply.
So I'm going to set a course, and that means that on a strong hit, we reach our destination in situations that favors us. So I'm going to say I set the course, we roll out, and we just pretty much jump straight to the station, straight to Sagan, back to the other station that we left from. So let's roll this. I have no ads for this. Oh, thank God.
Nice. Strong hit.
Sweet.
Suck it, Tim.
So, right. This is what piloting looks like, Tim. I say to Sage has for those of us that just joined us, Sage has a symbiote that he wears like armor, who has already talked shit once or twice about my piloting because we've run into these random gravitational anomalies due to the giant black hole in the sector that we're in. So I say suck it, Tim, as we jump, and we make it to the station like no sweat. I get my +1 momentum, and I think in the haze of it all, and with the way that worked, they don't even like. There's people that know we were there, but no one was tracking us. No one was like paying attention to where we went. So I don't think there's any chance of them realizing that we went to Sagan.
They're way too busy.
Realized that we left. Yeah, they were way too busy trying to deal with the damage or whatever was going on with the station at the time. So we show up at Sagan, and I think this is a good place to call it for now. Does that sound about right, Jason?
Yeah,
just making sure.
We want
to
mark a progress and
yeah, let's so we made progress on that. We made progress. I think we made progress on both those vows, the ancient box and the alien Guga. And then we can start up. I think what we do is next session. So part of the game is you do these moves, and the moves kind of help you, do various things, make sure that you do the session upkeep and whatnot. And so we're going to do the end session move here. I'll print that out just to show people. So we really didn't develop any relationships on this one, but we did reach milestones in our events, and we've already marked those. So I think we're good there. But we are specifically, I think the very first thing we do is we go to Stimmy when we get back. I think we finish up stealing the alien Guga for Stimmy. She's our fixer. And then maybe you and maybe Sage and Kayla will talk about what to do with the box, but maybe we can talk to Stimmy about that too, because since she's kind of a third party that we trust a little bit more than the guy who hired us to steal the box, who may be an alien, who may be an actual literal Phoenix, given that his name is Phoenix Downey, and he runs Firebird Bionics. So I think that's a good place to start with the next session, and that gives both of us +1 momentum. Yep. Talking about that.
All right. Very good. Today we got some more background on the Zid, which are Tim's people from planet Steve.
Well, we made great progress on these the quests we had lined up already. So I think that lines us up for some fun talking next time.
Got some foreshadowing on the black holes or the Gravitational
Yeah, the
anomalies, you know.
all the gravitational anomaly stuff came out really good. I think that helped with. I tried. That's what I tried. Is so the vignette. We do these little vignettes in the beginning where we talk. We each come up with some kind of background story thing. It doesn't have to be tied to our characters. It could just be what we're doing or some random thing that's happening in the world we live in. And Jason did a great one about how his people would bond with their symbiotes. And I did one on a ship being torn apart by the gravitational anomalies recently. And so we've got this kind of thing going where these gravitational anomalies are getting like worse and worse as we build up to whatever's happening with this black hole, which we will figure out. We have an idea, but we haven't gotten all the details nailed down yet. So we have to see how it goes in game.
And maybe the box has knowledge about it. So, you know.
Yeah, maybe. And again, there's a planet that we are pretty sure is a god egg of some kind. That there's these essentia beings that are essentially gods that hatch out of planets, and we think we have out of character. We think this planet is that. We haven't fully nailed that down just yet, but it kind of you go build the story as you go in this game. So that's one of the fun parts about it. So. All right, Jason. First off, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. It's very fun doing this collaboration with you. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
Second off, thank you, 90fo, for coming along with some friends. Really appreciate it. And hope that if anyone wants to keep up or catch up or watch this, I'm putting them up on my YouTube channel as I can. I'm way behind. I think I only have one or two up. But we also are doing this every Thursday, roughly every Thursday. We take a week off every month. But so every Thursday night we're doing this roughly 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. We got a late start on this one, but if you want to keep up or catch us again, please join us. It'd be great. Really appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a real good night. Good night, Jason.
Good night.